Welcome back to Income Taxes. We have a couple of friends joining us today, continuing our discussion about financial literacy. And we've got Mike Scott and Dwight Schrute. So I hope you enjoy this edition of your financial literacy. And on this next screen, we have Pam Beasley, and she is helping us talk about what are income taxes. Income taxes are a percentage of money that's withheld from your paycheck that is given by your employer to the U.S. government. Your paychecks look like this down at the bottom. Your gross income, that's a new vocabulary word, so please jot this down in your notes. Gross income is the money that you earn before taxes or any other deductions. Other deductions might be health insurance or dental insurance. Your gross income is the money before all of those are taken out. Now, the net income that you see over here is what we call your money after the income taxes and the deductions have been taken out. So in essence, it's the money that you can spend. It's the money that will be in your paycheck. Please know the difference between these two terms. All right, next, we're going to talk about the three different types of income taxes. First is your federal income tax, and I've got Jim Halpert here today making his favorite face of mine. Federal income taxes are progressive. So what that means is that the more money that you make, you're in a higher tax bracket and you will be making higher tax payments. If you have a lower salary, then you're in a lower tax bracket and you pay less tax. So we in our country do not have a flat tax rate. Once our employer collects those funds, it sends the money to our U.S. government, and the U.S. government will invest in technology, in education, in our military defense, very important things like this. So it is part of the benefits of living in this wonderful country. Medicare taxes are taken out of each paycheck, and that is the money that is used to provide health services for the elderly population. You typically need to be about 65 years old to take these funds and take advantage of that. Social Security taxes is money that is set aside for people that are unable to work and is an important benefit. So all three of these are itemized things that you will see on your paycheck and taken out. Okay. So we now have some practice time together, and I'm going to change my screen so that I'm showing. Here we go. So we're talking about Andy. And Andy, I don't know why I have a little 2 here in the middle of my screen, but we're going to keep smiling. So Andy earns an annual salary of $36,000. He is paid 2 times every month. So we need to calculate what his gross income is. In order to do that, we need to think about how many paychecks would that be. So since there's 12 months in a year and he gets paid 2 times a month, Andy will have 24 paychecks. So I'm going to divide $36,000 by 24. I'm going to do this simple division problem here. All right, bring down a 0. All right, so now I have $1,500 calculated for Andy's gross income. So this is the money that he earns before taxes. So I'm going to put that up here. Question B asks that Andy must pay 1% in Medicare. So we need to calculate what is 1% of this $1,500. In all of our problems today, we're going to convert our percentages to their decimal form. So in this case, 1% converts to 0.01. I'm going to turn this into a simple multiplication problem. And in all the problems today, we start out with 2 decimal spaces in our problem. So we're going to account for 2 decimal places in our solution. So $15 is what Andy pays for his Medicare taxes. So I'm going to just put that in the Medicare blank over here on the right-hand side. Question C is asking us about Social Security taxes, and they are 6% of Andy's gross income. So we're going to calculate how much is taken out of Andy's paycheck for Social Security tax. So I'm taking his gross income of $1,500, and I'm going to multiply that times 0.06. All right, so I've calculated that Andy is paying $90 for Social Security tax. When I look at question D, it asks, or it actually states, that Andy is paying $287.95 for federal income tax. So the next question asks, what is his net income on each paycheck? So guys, the way we're going to calculate his net income is we're going to add the 3 taxes together. I've added them already together, and that number is $392.95. So in your problems today, you're going to add the 3 tax lines together, and then you're going to subtract this number, your taxes, from your gross income. When I take 1,500 and I subtract 392, I get Andy's net income of $1,107.05. This is Andy's net income. Our next example is Stanley, and it tells us that his gross salary is $72,425. It says that he paid 6% in income taxes in 2019, and we simply need to calculate what that amount is. Guys, when we need to calculate a percent of any number, we're going to multiply by the decimal form. So in this case, 6% is going to be 0.06. I'm going to multiply 12 plus 3 is 15. These numbers, so all of these questions today are multiplication problems. I have 2 decimal places in my problem. I'm going to account for 2 decimal places in my solution. And Stanley pays $4,345.50. So that is answer B. We're on our final example today about Dwight Schrute. He is my favorite character in The Office, and he makes $900 per paycheck. So this is his gross income. We're also told that he pays $80.32 in federal income tax, along with Social Security tax. You will have a problem like this today, so please pay attention. We're going to calculate 6% of our Medicare taxes, okay? So in order for us to find his Medicare expense, we're going to take the gross income of $900, and we're going to multiply that times 0.06, the decimal form of 6%. So when I do that, I get $54. So I'm going to put that in the Medicare line, $54. My next step is to add all 3 of my tax lines up. So I'm going to add $80.32, $54, and $6.65. When I do my total taxes is $140.97. So we're going to take Dwight's gross income of $900. We're going to subtract all of his taxes, $140.97, and we're going to get his net income. So when I do that subtraction problem, I get his net income of $759.03. And voila, I think it's time for you to do this. I know you have the skills. You're awesome. You can do it. So it is your turn. I hope you enjoyed the office version of your financial literacy lesson. And as always, let's do some math.